Ever feel like you're constantly swimming upstream
Yeah.
just to get things done?
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
today we're diving into lean systems,
Okay.
a framework for achieving,
Right.
I like to think of it as
Okay.
organizational zen.
Got it.
And yes,
Yeah.
it applies even if your workplace
Right.
isn't exactly tranquil.
What's interesting is that lean,
Yeah.
despite what you might think,
Okay.
isn't about pushing people harder.
Okay.
It's about finding the smoothest path for value to flow to your customer.
Uh-huh.
Picture a river.
Okay.
Lean helps you clear out the rocks and debris that cause bottlenecks.
Okay, so let's unpack this
Sure.
smooth flow idea. We've
Yeah.
got articles here about
Okay.
Toyota's production system, healthcare streamlining, even applying lean to personal productivity.
Uh-huh.
Where do we even begin?
Well, it all starts with understanding that lean is more than just a set of tools.
Okay.
It's a cultural shift.
So a mindset.
It's about empowering
Yeah.
every single person to identify waste and suggest improvements.
So it's not just the CEO dictating efficiency from on high.
Not at all.
Okay.
Imagine a workplace where
Yeah.
a frontline employee who sees a redundant step
Yeah.
can actually propose a solution and see it implemented.
Wow.
That kind of bottom-up engagement
Yeah.
is where lean really takes root.
All right, I'm intrigued.
Okay,
But give me an example.
sure.
How does this eliminate waste thing actually play out?
Let's talk about overproduction.
Okay.
One of the 7 wastes lean targets. Imagine a company churning out
Yeah.
thousands of widgets without a clear understanding of actual demand.
Oh, boy.
They're tying up resources, storage space, and potentially ending up with a warehouse full of obsolete products.
Ouch. That's got to hurt the bottom line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lean would encourage that company to adopt a system like
Right.
just-in-time inventory,
Okay.
where they produce goods
Okay.
only when there's an actual order.
Makes sense.
This minimizes waste, reduces storage costs, and ensures they're not dedicating resources to products that might not even sell.
Okay, so it's about being
Right.
strategic and responsive to actual needs.
Yes.
Rather than
Exactly.
blindly following a production schedule.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how this could apply beyond just manufacturing.
Right.
But there's that word again, waste. What exactly do we mean by that?
Yeah. Good.
In a lean context.
Great question.
Yeah.
Lean identifies 7 key wastes.
Okay.
Overproduction, which we've touched on,
Right.
but also waiting, unnecessary transport,
Oh.
overprocessing, defects,
Yeah.
inventory excess,
Yeah.
and unnecessary motion.
Interesting.
These apply to any industry, even knowledge work like ours.
Yeah.
Think about how much time is wasted.
Oh, yeah.
Chasing approvals
Yeah.
or searching for the right document version.
You're telling me
Right.
suddenly cleaning up my inbox feels like a lean initiative.
Right.
But let's get back to the bigger picture.
Okay.
If a company wants to go lean,
Right.
where do they even begin? It can't just be a free-for-all of everyone suggesting random improvements, right?
You need a framework.
Okay.
And that's where those tools we mentioned come in.
Okay.
One of those powerful is value stream mapping.
From our research, it seems like the MVP of lean tools.
For sure.
What makes it so special?
Imagine mapping out every single step in a process from start to finish.
Okay.
That's value stream mapping.
Got it.
You're essentially creating a visual representation of how value flows or doesn't flow through your system.
Interesting. So it's like a detective's evidence board.
Right.
But instead of tracking clues, we're tracking the flow of value.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah.
But how do you...
It's a process.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative process.
Okay.
Involving everyone who touches the process you're trying to improve.
Okay.
You start by defining the scope.
Okay. Are you looking at a single product,
Right.
a service, or an entire department's workflow?
Got it.
Then you map out every step,
Yeah.
from raw material to finished product or service delivery, using standard symbols to represent different actions, delays, and decision points. Our sources mention swim lane diagrams as a helpful visual tool.
Yeah.
What's the advantage there?
Swim lanes are great for highlighting
Okay.
handoffs between different people or departments.
Okay.
That's often where you find hidden bottlenecks and opportunities for streamlining.
Interesting.
By visualizing the flow,
Yeah.
you can see where work piles up,
Right.
where communication breakdowns occur, and where delays are introduced.
It's like shining a spotlight on those hidden inefficiencies.
Exactly.
Once you've mapped the process and identified the waste, what happens next?
The next stage is all about
Okay.
process redesign.
Okay.
Finding ways to eliminate or reduce the wastes you've identified.
Okay.
This could involve
Yeah.
simplifying steps,
Yeah.
automating tasks,
Right.
standardizing procedures, or implementing visual management systems
Okay.
like Kanban boards
Okay.
to improve workflow.
We've got a lot of material here on Kanban board.
Yeah, they're great.
They seem to be a real fan favorite in the lean world.
Right.
What makes them so effective?
Kanban boards provide a visual representation of work in progress,
Okay.
making it easier to track progress,
Uh-huh.
identify bottlenecks, and manage workflow.
Okay.
Imagine a whiteboard
Yeah.
divided into columns representing different stages of a project.
Okay.
To do,
Oh.
in progress.
Mm-hmm.
Completed.
Yeah.
Tasks are moved across the board as they progress, giving everyone real-time visibility into the team's workload.
So instead of relying on endless email chains
Right.
or status meetings,
Exactly.
everyone could see at a glance where things stand.
Yeah,
It sounds like a recipe for smoother collaboration.
I'm sure. Okay.
But shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
we've also got some material here on the pull system.
Right.
How does that fit into the lean framework?
The pull system is a key principle in lean manufacturing,
Okay.
and increasingly in other industries as well.
Interesting.
It's about producing goods or delivering services only when there is customer demand,
Okay.
rather than pushing out products based on forecasts or production schedules.
So it's like the difference between
I
a
guess,
restaurant that
yeah.
pre-makes 100 sandwiches in the morning
Right.
and hopes they sell
Right.
versus one that makes your order fresh when you place it.
Exactly.
Got it.
And just-in-time inventory, which we talked about earlier,
Right.
is a critical component of the pull system.
Good.
By only ordering materials and producing goods when needed,
Yeah.
you minimize waste, reduce storage costs, and ensure a fresher product or service for the customer.
It's a win-win.
It is.
But let's talk about the putting it all together
Right,
phase.
right.
We've mapped the process,
Right.
identified waste,
Yes.
redesigned our workflow.
Yep.
What does the actual implementation of lean look like?
Implementation is where
Yeah.
a lot of organizations stumble.
Yeah.
It's tempting to go for a big bang approach, overhauling everything at once.
Yeah.
However,
Lean emphasizes starting small
okay,
with pilot projects in a controlled environment.
got it.
This allows you to test your redesigned processes,
Makes sense.
identify any kinks, and gather data to demonstrate success before rolling out changes more broadly.
So it's about taking a measured approach,
Right.
testing the waters before diving headfirst into the lean pool.
Exactly.
Got it.
And training is crucial at this stage.
Okay.
Everyone involved needs to understand the new processes,
Right.
the rationale behind them,
Uh-huh.
and how their role contributes to the overall goal of eliminating waste and maximizing value.
It's about bringing everyone along on the lean journey,
Yes,
not just springing new processes on them out of nowhere.
exactly.
Got it.
And once the new processes are in place,
Okay.
you need to monitor their effectiveness.
Right. And make adjustments as needed.
Okay.
This is where data-driven decision-making becomes crucial.
Okay.
Are you seeing a reduction in lead times?
Okay.
Are defects decreasing?
Yeah.
Is customer satisfaction improving?
Right.
These metrics will tell you what's working
Okay.
and where further refinement is needed.
It's a continuous improvement loop,
It is.
always looking for ways to refine and optimize.
Yes.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
From mapping the flow of value
Right, yeah.
to implementing and monitoring lean processes.
Right.
But let's shift our focus now to the why behind lean.
Okay.
We've touched on some of the benefits,
Yeah.
but let's really delve into
Uh.
what organizations and individuals stand to gain by embracing these principles.
The benefits are significant
Okay.
and multifaceted. Let's start with the most tangible
Okay.
cost reduction.
Okay.
By eliminating waste, you free up resources that were previously tied up in inefficient processes or excess inventory.
Okay.
This translates to direct savings that can be reinvested in growth innovation or even employee development.
It's like finding hidden treasure in your own organizational couch cushions.
Exactly.
I like that.
And it's not just about saving money.
Okay.
It's about spending it more wisely.
Right.
But cost reduction is just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay. What else you got?
Lean also leads to
Yeah.
significant improvements in quality
Okay.
when you streamline processes
Yeah.
and eliminate waste.
Right.
You reduce the likelihood of errors, defects,
Right.
and rework.
Okay.
This translates to a more consistent and higher quality product or service for the customer.
And in today's competitive landscape,
Right.
quality is king.
Oh, for sure.
What else can lean do for us?
Well, time is money, right?
It is.
Lean organizations are able to deliver products and services faster
Okay.
by eliminating bottlenecks, reducing waiting times, and
Right.
streamlining processes.
Makes sense.
This improves speed,
Yeah.
translates to faster delivery times for customers, giving you a competitive edge in today's fast-paced world.
It's about meeting and exceeding customer expectations,
Right.
which is more important than ever.
For sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And when you consistently deliver on those expectations,
Yeah.
you build trust, loyalty,
Right.
and ultimately enhanced customer satisfaction.
The Holy Grail.
Happy customers are repeat customers, and they're also your best advocates.
Word of mouth is huge.
It is.
Right.
But the benefits of lean
Okay.
extend beyond
Okay.
the bottom line and customer satisfaction.
Okay, so what about the human side of lean?
Yeah, good point.
We haven't forgotten about the people behind the processes, have we?
Not at all.
Okay.
In fact, one of the often overlooked benefits of lean is its impact on
Yeah.
employee engagement.
Okay.
When you empower employees at all levels
Okay.
to identify waste, suggest improvements, and be part of the solution,
Right.
you foster a culture of ownership, innovation, and
Sure.
continuous improvement.
Right.
This leads to
Yeah.
increased job satisfaction,
Okay.
higher morale,
Right.
and improved productivity.
So it's about creating a work environment where everyone feels valued, heard, and invested in the success of the organization.
Precisely.
So lean isn't just about efficiency and profits.
Right.
It's about creating a better workplace for everyone.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about creating a win-win situation
Yeah.
where the organization benefits from improved efficiency and productivity,
Mhm.
while employees benefit from a more engaging, fulfilling,
Right.
and empowering work experience.
Yeah.
It's important to remember, however, that implementing lean is not without its challenges.
Right. It sounds like lean is a journey, not a destination.
It is.
What are some common roadblocks
Yeah.
organizations might encounter along the way?
One of the biggest challenges is
Yeah.
overcoming resistance to change.
Right, because people are
Yeah. People
kind of creatures of habit.
People are often comfortable with the status quo, even if it's not particularly efficient.
Right.
They might be resistant to new processes, new ways of thinking, or even just the disruption
Yeah.
that comes with any kind of organizational change.
So how do you get people on board with the
Right.
lean philosophy
Yeah.
and make sure those changes stick?
Communication is key.
Okay.
You need to clearly articulate the why behind lean
Yeah.
and how it will benefit not just the organization as a whole,
Right.
but also individual employees.
Right. It's got to be a win-win.
It has to be a win-win.
Yeah.
Help people understand that lean is not about cutting jobs.
Right.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
It's about creating a more
Exactly.
sustainable and fulfilling work environment for everyone.
Exactly. And leadership buy-in is essential.
Okay.
Lean can't just be a top-down mandate.
Right.
It needs to be embraced at all levels of the organization.
Yeah. It's got to be.
Leaders need to walk the talk,
Yeah.
modeling lean behaviors and creating a culture that values continuous improvement.
It's about leading by example
Exactly.
and empowering others to do the same.
Yes.
But even with the best intentions,
Right.
things can still go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any other potential pitfalls to watch out for?
One common mistake is failing to properly integrate.
Yeah.
Lean into existing systems and processes.
Okay.
Organizations often have complex interdependencies,
Right.
and simply bolting on lean tools without considering the bigger picture
Okay.
can actually create more problems than it solves.
So it's not just about implementing a few lean tools here and there.
Right. It's about a holistic
It's a holistic approach
that considers the entire system.
that considers the entire system exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, you need to be prepared
Yeah.
to adapt and adjust your approach along the way.
Okay.
Lean is not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
What works for one organization might not work for another.
Right. It's all about finding what works for you
Exactly.
in your context.
The key is to be flexible, to experiment, and to learn from your mistakes.
It's about embracing the iterative nature
Yes,
of continuous improvement.
exactly.
We've talked a lot about applying lean in a business context,
Right.
but we've also got some fascinating research here
Okay.
about using lean principles
Yeah.
for personal productivity.
I think it's a fantastic application of lean thinking.
The same principles of eliminating waste, streamlining processes, and maximizing value can be applied to our personal lives just as effectively as they can be applied to businesses.
Totally. So whether you're trying to optimize your workflow,
Right.
declutter your home, or even just streamline your morning routine,
Yeah, I love it.
lean can offer a powerful set of tools and principles.
Absolutely.
It's about taking a step back,
Yes.
analyzing your processes, and identifying areas where you can eliminate waste and improve flow.
And just like in a business context, it's about starting small, experimenting with different approaches.
Right.
And finding what works best for you.
It's all about that continuous improvement.
Yes, exactly.
Finding what works, testing, experimenting.
It's a journey.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, from the history and principles of lean
We have.
to the practicalities of implementation and the transformative potential it holds for both organizations and individuals.
It's been a pleasure diving deep into this topic with you.
Likewise, as always, a huge thank you to our listeners for joining us on this journey. We hope you've walked away with some valuable insights.
Absolutely.
And maybe even a little inspiration to embrace the lean way in your own world.
There you go.
Remember, it's not about overhauling your entire life or organization overnight.
Take it slow.
Start small, focus on one area where you'd like to see improvement.
Exactly.
And remember, just like that smoothly flowing river,
I love that vision.